Computer audio. All right. Can y'all hear me now? I should be able to hear me right now. Hold on. All right, hold on. I think I may be coming on. Y'all should be able to hear me. Oh, I hear myself right there. Can you hear me, Jew?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Hold on. I think I may be coming on. Y'all should be able to hear me. Okay, they got me. Y'all got me? Okay, I'm gonna have to take these headphones out because that'll throw me all the way off. All right, say what up to the people real fast, Jew. Let me get on here.
What's good, everybody? What you finna build on, the beer?
I don't know. I was just playing around with the Zoom, man, just to make sure we straight. But I called it Moon Space Time Accelerator just to have something to go off of. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, go ahead, man. I'll hit you back.
All right, y'all. What up? All right, I just want to test this Zoom out real fast. Yeah. Then hold on. Let me. I'm gonna see if I can do a screen share, with y'all too real fast. Let me just pull up. Let me just try to find something real fast. Let me find a PowerPoint I can throw up. And I'm just testing this Zoom thing, man. So bear with me, y'all. How I share my screen, man. So I'll just hit screen. All right. And give me a minute, man. I wanna. Where y'all at on YouTube? All right. Can y'all see? Oh yeah, I'm looking at it here. All right. So I just wanted to see if y'all can see my screen, man. That's pretty much it. If I wanted to go to a screen share type of dialogue, we'll be able to do that. But I ain't. This is some wealth. This is some wealth money stuff right here. Got your boy Donald Trump in that joint. All right. All right. So all right. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it in real time. All right. So anyway, man, what's good, everybody? What's happening, man? What's going on? I ain't really got a particular subject matter I was gonna build on. I'm trying to really understand. I don't want to hide the thumbnail. But somebody help me. What happens if I don't? I want to stop sharing the screen. I lost control. That's hiding it. Yeah, hit the like button for me. I'm totally I've been doing that. Oh, okay. It hides up there. Gotcha. And then I could stop the share right there. Okay. All right. Yeah, I see it at the top. All right, so build on the moon being an accelerator, as your title says. All right, cool. All right. So there's this concept called the quantum eraser, which made me think of something that we were working with privately, called the cosmic quantum eraser on our side. Now, what you have to understand about the moon, well, first, let me give you some backdrop of the real astrology, and what's taking place in our reality. What happens is once you learn how to look at the planets in the sky of an event, whether it be 9/11 or whether it be today in reference to, let's say, your birthday, or, you know, in reference to any point in space, okay? Um, you then will start to say that, oh, I always like to pick on Mars. When Mars is opposite the location of where it was when we were born, then you could likely experience something hot, some drama, some issues, right? And so let's say the event happens. So if the event happens, then that means you are responding to a point in space. I keep talking about that. That is very important to understand, because the traditional average astrologer, you're going to hear it as Mars opposite Mars or Mars conjunct Mars and things of that nature. And what you really should understand again is, well, wait a minute. The planet is opposite where it was when I was born, or where it was of the date of question. You see what I'm saying? And this is creating some type of anomaly. Okay. Now, every year we celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, things of that nature, right? What up, King Simon? And things of that nature, right? So 9/11 happens, or your person dies, you have a memorial for them and whatnot. We're technically celebrating a Earth space-time reality. Every time the Earth is in the same position in space, we celebrate it. We just know it as calendar days. Okay, cool, problem, no problem. Well, if the event happened when a planet was at this particular location, and the event keeps happening, which I got something that we're gonna build on with Ti. Ooh, I'm coming on Ti, because Ti got some interesting shit that has taken place with him being on. First of all, rest in peace to dead, where his homie got killed in Cincinnati. One, they pulled up on him and started shooting right while they was driving down the road and shit on some Mac Dre. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. They also tried to do Yellow Beezy that way, right? So the Yellow Beezy situation, the Mac Dre situation, Rick Ross on his birthday party situation, T.I. situation, right? These cats then got shot at in the case. Two people have died in these particular scenarios. You know what I'm saying? And there's a common denominator that's there, cosmically speaking. There's a cosmic denominator that keeps showing up, right? Now, for Tip, once you think about this, let's just say Mars was in one particular sign. Let's pick a sign. Let's just say Cancer. When this happened, his homeboy gets killed. Then when Mars is in Cancer again, his sister dies. She gets into an accident and then she dies. Let's say when Mars is in this same spot again, he also gets arrested for the gun charges. Okay. So there is a constant common denominator that is taking place. Hold on, I gotta take this call because this is money. Hey, what's happening? Yeah, I'm on a live, literally on a Zoom. But go ahead. Yeah, it's just a live session. But go ahead. Which one gives us the 10% option? And if it's a primary, secondary, I would say secondary. Try to use it as secondary. Secondary bare minimum, but primary, that's what you kind of debating. So let's try to be safe and see what the secondary option is. Yeah, because we're gonna play it like you're going for primary, but you kind of up in the air. So bare minimum is gonna be secondary for sure. Okay. So if we can get the 10% down option, that'd be perfect. Yeah, which I think is going to be secondary. Right. Right. So you can tell her play it like it's going to be primary, but you can run it as secondary because last time she gave us a 10% down option, and that's what we want. Okay. So just tell her last time you gave us 10% down. I think that was a secondary option. Whatever that option is, that's what we do. Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. Trying to lock down this building. All right. So sorry about that, man, but I got to take those calls because I got some deals that's pending and I got to buy them. So every time Mars gets in this particular spot, right, T.I. is having certain experiences pop up in his life. Now, I'm going to give y'all the game, but you're going to have to use the measurement for yourself and learn how to measure this stuff. But maybe you get it later if you don't know how to measure it. My goal is to just do my best to disperse the information and you figure it out. Okay. Now, every year, people celebrate 9/11. I like to pick on 9/11 because it's a time where the country itself mourns and casts out negative emotion from the past every single year in mass, right? And this is very dangerous. I'm not telling people not to mourn. The dangerous thing is we don't understand how consciousness works. And what makes it dangerous is they keep projecting those two light beams up into the air to make it look like the towers are there. You know, like when you know how they used to put the light beams like the bat signal, and when you're trying to get somewhere downtown and where the party is, they got the spotlight way from afar that you can see. Well, they be casting those two light beams in replace of the towers. And light is very intelligent. So when you have a negative emotion that's current and keep being reinforced on the same goddamn day, on the same point of the initial event called 9/11, the location on the physical earth has memory and the location in space has memory. And then you keep projecting this light and this negative emotion into the light. That is going to create a secondhand event. I always say it later, it became what's called the crane incident, right? So since we got this little screen share, bear with me. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So you should see my screen. So if we do the crane accident, it was 14 years later, so that had to be 2015, right? And it took place like in Mecca. Okay. Now, if you think I'm lying, it show you right here the Mecca crane collapse, and it happened on September the 11th, 2015, right? And how many people were killed? 111 people died. Okay. So you got to look at this. On 9/11, people have been constantly for years going to the same spot. Okay. Offering up this negative emotion. Okay. And then when that day came back 14 years later, a random windstorm, which is synonymous with a thought, wind, idea, air, right? A thought. That thought form came and knocked the cranes down on the masjid, because in the people's mind's eye, the world now knows and has an image connected to 9/11 called Bin Laden, Saudi Arabian, Eastern Muslims is responsible for 9/11, right? And this is why it'll tell you the most deadly incident before this one happened in New York City in 2008. So the very same city that got hit on the very same day that they got hit and they keep coming back offering this negative emotion happens to be the same city where the crane accident took place. And now, 14 years later, that emotional boo-boo materializes as an accident. You see what I'm saying? just to have it mirror back into the past. But what's really happening is, if I take you to the solar system, let's see, solar system 3D, right? What is it? It's this may be it right here. It is. All right. All right, so bear with me for a minute, okay? Because I'm gonna show you what's happening. When planets get in a straight line of space and other angular positions, but really a straight line of space known as the conjunction and the opposition, just imagine 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Take the wall clock and put them in pairs. That straight line of space, when planets get in a straight line of space of an event, then the likelihood of something happening to mirror the previous event increases tremendously. It don't mean it's always going to happen. This whole reality is about probabilities, but the probability is more likely when you understand how to do the measurement, okay? And the probability is more likely if you understand the vibe, the frequency, the attitude of the individuals involved, okay? All right, now, let me do something here. Let me see if we can click on the screen to run the model. All right, so bear with me here. I haven't been here in a long time. Jesus Christ. All right, we're going to go back to, good, I see it here. We're going to go back to, that was, when was the towers? 14, that was 2011, right? 9/11, 2011, was that right? No. It was 01, right? Yeah, it's 01. All right. 01. All right. So let's go to 01. And we're going to come to September the 11th, 01. Okay. And I just want to turn the solar system. And where is Saturn? Okay. So Saturn is over there by Orion. Okay. That's what Saturn appeared. You see it. Okay. I want to, can I zoom out? Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. I got to go back to the date. That's July. September the 11th. All right. Now, only thing I want to do is, because I know since Saturn was in front of Orion, I know opposite Orion sits by Taurus. I know opposite that is Scorpio, because the second sign is Taurus. Opposite Taurus is Scorpio, right? And so this is why you see the Scorpion, right? What Pluto is, this is Scorpio. If you can follow my arrow, there go Antares, the red star going down, and then here go its tail. So I know that's Scorpio, okay? So I know in approximately 14 years, Saturn will be directly opposite of where it was in this straight line of space fabric, okay? Or where we are. So the only thing we're going to have to do is just keep an eye on Saturn. I'm going to take him all the way around to 9/11. Hold on. 9/11, 2014. No, 2015. All right. So that's the 25th. Saturn moves so slow. You know it's there. Let me see if I can get it as close with my mouse as possible. All right, September the 6th. But you know it's right there. So my point is, I hope you can see that. Saturn is now directly opposite the straight fabric, the line of space of where it was. You see what I'm saying? Of where it was. So this grid is becoming activated because everything that takes place, you got to understand what you're looking at on my screen is the real view of reality. This is the God's vision right here. Because all of creation within our solar system is taking place from this observation point. So now you sitting back as God that you are. Remember, God, we are taught that the God is inside of us, right? The God that we are get to finally see our reality, our solar system, and watch this thing. So the planets serves as what's known as the watchers. The stars serve as what is called the watchers. So if you go to the Holy Quran, I can open up the Quran, maybe mine's is upstairs. I can open up the Quran and it would talk about the 7 universes, which later became the 7 days of the week, which later became, the 7 visible planets with the naked eye, sun and moon included, which became your Sunday, day of the sun, your moon day, day of the moon, Tuesday, day of Mars, Wednesday, Mercury, Thursday, which is Thor, which is Jupiter and Zeus, Friday, which is Venus, the feel-good day, the goddess day, get your hair done, get your nails done, go to the barbershop, Saturday, the day of Saturn, right? So these 7 spheres with the naked eye start to govern humanity. You see what I'm saying? Now, the position of them at the time of the event I just showed you is taking notes. The cosmos is watching you. Because this whole goddamn thing is about observation anyway, right? It's all about observation anyway. So it's being recorded in space-time. Okay? Yes? You with me? Let me see y'all in the chat. So I know I've been over here. Let me make sure y'all all right. Y'all all right? Y'all good? Y'all with me? Let me know. I know it's a little lag that takes place, but let me know y'all all right. Put it in the chat. Let me know you okay. And my man 40 Water says this might be going over your head like a shower nozzle. Yeah, put it in the chat, man. Let me know you still can hear me. Let me know you good. And I'll continue. What up, Just? Hey, Just, me and you on tonight, buddy. Got to finish up this book. All right. All right. So let's do this. Oh, y'all see that white cell? That's 550. Just a little motivation for me. All right, so we got to get to the space-time continuum. Okay. All righty. Let's switch locations. Let's take it to Illidale. We're going to come to Illidale. Okay. All right. I'm going to make it dark a little bit for us. Okay. We're going to light up some constellations. Put your hands to the constellations. All right. Now, let's go to a date of 9/11, please. And it don't matter the year. 9/11 is 9/11. And I'll show you that. September 1/1, okay, 2020. September 11, 2020. Where's the sun? The sun appears to be at the foot of Leo at the head of the Virgin. Hello, right? You see it? It's 9/11. There go the date right there. Yes? Okay. So every year when the sun appears to be at the foot of the lion's paw. Remember that in masonry? Oh, the lion's paw. But don't dare think that it's some type of Illuminati conspiracy. That's not how this works. The mere fact that there's a cosmic story that has been recorded and then it's been told over and over and over again, the famous saying of life is imitating art, that becomes a reality. Okay. So why you got to be careful of what you watch and what you perceive, because all the ideas that we receive, which are millions, you don't know what suggestion that is pulling you to this greater thing. I never forget, man, like, looked up some of my people, childhood friends, and I found them, but I found a story that they was out at the ocean, and her little brother or a family member jumped in the ocean and drowned by a rip current. And I was like, damn, like, think of the magnetic pull that was like, yeah, come on, get in the ocean. But you don't know that this is about to be the end of your life right now. You don't know this shit. You don't know Kevin Hart driving down the street. He doesn't know that around the corner a car is about to come and hit him head on. Bam. You don't know this shit. But you got the idea in the impulse where you can't miss a second. You can't go back in the house and get the keys. But think about if you did. You want to go somewhere, then you had to run in the house to go get the keys because you forgot them. And then now you in an accident. What made you forget? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be very, very, very careful on the stories that you watch, because that can perpetrate an event. And then you got to be hella on point in your observation when you about to move out and do some things. Okay. And this is why the monks always sit their ass in that monastery sheltered as possible. Okay. They own to something here. But we in the West, we got to be out moving and grooving. Right. All right. So 9/11, every time the sun is by the line, the rear paw of the lion, this is a cosmic phenomenon that's taking place. So no matter the year, because I can go back to 2001, bam, it's still the same thing. Okay. So it's the same energy every year. Now, that takes a whole year for us to get to the anniversary and cry. We didn't already found the spot. That's let's just say this is the spot. So we done found the location. But see, a month later, maybe Venus is in that location. But a year later, nothing's in that location. Right? Then 3 years later, Jupiter starts to get in that location, the great planet. Right? And so forth and so forth. We 4 years later, nothing there, and let me take it to 9/11, 2006, so we start to see something. 2007, 2008, we see Saturn on the first cycle, right? Saturn happens to be there, 2008. But see, that's interesting. God damn it. Did you catch it? Remember in the story about the crane? The crane fell in New York in 2008. If we go back to the goddamn story. Hold on. Let's go see. Let's minimize this. All right. Let's go back to that. Crane accident 2008. I wonder. We got a date on that, March 15th. March 15th, 08 is when that happened. March 15th, 08. Where we at? Pisces. I need to go up later in the day. Here we go. March 15th, 08. Saturn is getting in the vicinity. He's not directly in the direct spot, but this is what's called a conjunction, ladies and gentlemen. This is a conjunction because it's not too far from the location of where the sun was when 9/11 happened. But see, here's the thing too. You see how it looked like it's to the right? This shit is an optical illusion, because if I turn it this way, now it looks like it's directly above it in a straight line. This is when you have to start learning about the altitudes, or I'm sorry, more of the right angle ascension of planets, but it's another ball game. Okay, so anyway, that's interesting. Saturn is there, right? And then of course in 2015, the event, nothing is there, but Saturn was in the opposite space. But here's my point, though, where I want to take you to. What takes us a year on 9/11 to get to this spot, as you will see, right? And what we're really doing is, let me just back up through the day. We're following the position of the sun, okay? So on any day, I can make it 12 noon. For the most part, the sun is always going to be in the southern portion of the sky at 12 noon, okay? It don't matter the month. Bam. Now it's in Pisces, what appears to be. Bam. Now it's in Taurus in May. Bam. In June, we heading towards the Gemini. In July, we starting to head towards Cancer. August, we starting to head towards Leo. Bam. Now we get to 9/11. Here we are at the Virgin. So every year we're studying, every year we're talking really about an Earth-Sun relationship. Everything is in the same spot, just the Earth and the Sun. These two are just in the same spot. If we're celebrating a yearly thing on the calendar, July 4th, if it's a fixed day on the calendar, that is an Earth-Sun relationship. Okay? Now, the moon, for an example. Man, you could do 12 noon any day. And you'll see her right here. The next day, she's going to be there, right? So every day she's moving fast. You seen her. You just seen her. Look how fast she's moving. What takes the sun 365 days to do, the moon is right back here in approximately 28, 29 days. Okay, you want to check it? Here go 9/13. So roughly a little bit before 10/13, right? 10/10. Bam, look at the moon again. Bam, she's right there by the foot of the lion, right? So that would mean probably around 11/8, somewhere in that little pocket maybe, right? Oh, actually 11/6, 11/7, 11/6. Bam, the moon is right there at the foot of the lion. So what takes the sun 1 year to reach, Jupiter probably be there again in 11 years. 11 years. We at 2015 right now, and Jupiter is here. Right? Now watch this. Jupiter is here. That's very interesting. So let me go back though. So Jupiter is here in 2015. What's 2015 plus 11? 2026. On average, it's 11 years. Here it is right here. So it's coming in 2027. So Jupiter, 11, 12 years on average. The further we go out, Saturn takes about 28 to 30 years on average on full circle, right? Venus can happen 200 something days full circle. Okay, Mars, depending what time of year it is, if it's no retrograde, a year and some change, 2 years on average. So each planet has this different rotation. This is Lord of the Rings down here, okay? And so the moon says, listen, I'm giving humanity an opportunity every single month to be able to do what? This is where the God force comes in right here. I need my Holy Quran, man. I need my Holy Quran. I'm about to go upstairs and get it because I promise you. Well, let me see if they can pull the surah. Holy Quran, I swear by the moon. Please tell me that pops up. Let's see what this one says. This is Holy Quran. Yep, Surah 74. That sounds about right. Which is the cloak one. Look at this. I ain't making it up. Look at that. What does it say? it says, it opens up, yes, by the moon. Truly, I swear by the moon. Nay, verily, by the moon. So you got these different translations, right? So this is 74, verse 32. They're talking about swearing by the moon. Now, hold on, man. Hold on. What do you mean you swear by the moon? Now, is not the moon the symbol for the Islamic culture? Yeah. Whether you're in the Nation of Islam and you got the new moon, or whether you're in Eastern Islam and you got the last quarter moon. The moon is your is not the new year in Islam predicated upon the new moon when the sun and moon align. Usually it's in Libra season. And then 1 month prior is Rosh Hashanah, the head of the new year for the Jewish faith, when the sun and the moon are together. Yeah. And that changes every year because the moon is not on every 9/11, I'm going to be in the same spot. The moon don't play by those rules. The moon is in the same spot on the same day every 19 years. Every 19 years. So shout out to Ciron 19 in there. Okay. So the moon is in the same spot to the same degree on the same day every 19 years. Hence, the Holy Quran says over it is the number 19. And this is why Mother Tainetta, God rest the dead, who happened to make transition on my G Day purposely, because I totally understand it, and I know she does as well. This is why she had a column called Unveiling the Number 19. Now, this becomes very important, ladies and gentlemen, because in Ohio, okay, there's something called the Newark Great Circle Earthworks. And here, look at this aerial view. Crazy. They were studying the 18.6 19-year cycle of the moon. We actually got some things buried there. Literally, physically, as a group, 1 year, we did some things and we put something in the ground there as a group. You understand? Like, literally, we've been there, touched these places. I'll tell you a phenomenal story, and I got people with me that we all seen it. This is the Great Circle. And then you got something known as the Octagon, which you see that's over there, okay? So we at the Octagon, and lo and behold, we doing libations for the ancestors. Do you know, like on He-Man, the sorcerer would appear out of a portal, the sorceress, she would appear out of a portal? Swear to God, these birds started caulking, appeared out of nowhere, made all this noise, and they disappeared. I ain't talking about they flew away and disappeared. They freaking disappeared while we was giving libations to the ancestors. Why? Because certain locations, I keep saying this, I was saying it for years, certain locations in the United States serves as a magnetic anomaly. You can call it a portal, you can call it a mound, you can call it whatever you want to call it. There is what's called telluric earth currents that runs in certain places that produces a great electromagnetic type of energy. And you need to be at these places when you want to cast some very important thoughts out. All thoughts are important, but the big ones, you got some big ones, some certain things, you really need to be in cosmic groove with celestial bodies, since they're recording space, which means they're recording your actions, which means what? You're programming it. Because if it's recording movement, It can only record that which you put out. So it responds to you. So now this makes it programmable. This is why we did a lecture years ago. Jew did programming your inner space, and I did programming your outer space. Okay? So you get to these spots at certain times. This is why when it's the humanity knows this shit already. This is why when it's the equinox and summer solstice, people, mainly be white folks, they be at Stonehenge, they be at Chichen Itza, they be at these locations getting it in. Well, meanwhile, we be somewhere just blowing one. And that's cool, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing. But bro, we're gonna have to step it up a notch too and start really hitting these spots. You see what I'm saying? All right. So they used to study this phenomenon right here. All right. I ain't bullshitting you. Let me see if it even will pop up, man. 18.6 moon cycle. Let's see if that'll pop up. Oh, look at it. Scholars have demonstrated that the octagon earthworks comprise of a lunar observatory for tracking the moon's orbit during its 18.6 year cycle. Right here. Right here on your soil. Right here. Okay? It's like right down the street. Literally. Okay? And so every month, let me bring y'all back. Y'all good? All right? Mound Builders Motor Group. That's dope. Yeah. Serpent Mound. Yep. So what up, Asar? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the moon is in a specific location every month. Now, what does that mean for you as a person? You gotta know the craft here to be able to do this, because we can take an event and compare the event, whatever your event is, to your birthday, and then find out what is the trigger point in space, and then use the moon as the space-time accelerator to get to that space. And that's when you do the spiritual and physical work. What do you mean by the physical and spiritual work? This is why in the Masonic school of thought, you have two pillars. You ever seen that? And I'm not talking about a red and blue. Okay? I'm talking about these concepts of a Masonic pillar, which is really humanity is in a sleeping state of being. And once you wake up and get on the journey, you become a master. But you must understand the celestial influences. So hence you have two pillars, right? You see this in masonry, the two pillars. Boaz for the physical terrestrial earth, and Jachin, which is the celestial bodies. And that's the one to understand. Okay? So once you understand how to measure, then we can start to do the spiritual and physical. What's the spiritual? The spiritual is you taking the time out to make the measurement, and you taking the time out to craft, inscribe. Very important to scribe and write. Why? Because it is the one thing that indulges all four lobes of the brain. If you just hear some shit, you just hear some shit. If you see some shit, you just see some shit. But when you write something, all four lobes of your brain starts to be engaged. And this is why people who study, people who write down goals versus people who don't write them down, those people exceed more, people who write their goals down. Okay, because it's more brain power that's going into the script. Okay, now you got to come up with a script. something to do. Maybe you give forgiveness for yourself, or maybe you go and reenact the event that happened, but you change the outcome to your liking. Sound crazy? I know it do. You don't have to wait for this phenomenon to occur to do these things. But boy, wouldn't it be better if you did jump within the tailwind of it so it can ride faster? There's one thing to go crosswind and it'll slow you down. But when you ride with the wind, it'll make you go faster. So you don't have to wait for these things to take place. But if you know what you're doing, we can size it up where we'd be in harmony with the cosmos and it will accelerate faster. So every time the moon is in this location, what happened? Case in point, my people came on their period, right? I'm a nerd. I said, oh, the moon must be in, and I ain't gonna say the zodiac sign, but see, when you understand this, you don't reveal too much about when there's other people's shit that's involved, because this is their cosmic shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I said the moon is in the zodiac sign. So I go look and I said, see, and that is amazing to me because I can just sit up there and I did it with my daughter. Clock her, first time she ever had a period, went back, look, oh, okay. And then start making the observation. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so when it's here, she should come here. You see what I'm saying? All right. So you can do the spiritual work, which is you revising the event or you casting out the thought XYZ. Okay. But here's the thing. If we're talking about cleaning up, then the moon can erase. We have to erase that event. Got to erase it. You see what I'm saying? So in other words, let's say when the moon gets at the back paw of Leo every month, then we re-image 9/11. We redo some shit. You see what I'm saying? As it pertains to that for greater good. So remember, this is about alchemy, right? You have to, in order to take a negative and turn it into a positive, you have to introduce another positive to start neutralizing it out. Unless for some strange reason they tell you a negative times a negative, somehow you end up over here, which is weird, but whatever, right? But in basic math, in a sense, you take a negative, you take a positive, you neutralize. And then you got to take another positives to start getting on the positive side of the ledger. So you have to be consistent with this positive imagery, especially when this cosmic eraser and a satellite receives information and it sends information. So the moon has always been noted as a neutral body. In fact, when you understand astrology, the moon takes on the influence of other energies very easily. So it's neutral. It's okay, you come and push it, okay, it's positive. You come and do it another way, okay, it's negative. You see what I'm saying? So the moon is easy to manipulate. Easy. I can show you on this channel where we all consciously, a couple months ago, we went out and we were doing some simple stuff, howling at the moon. And I got some people that's here that'll tell you that we were howling at the moon for 2 specific nights in a row, specifically on purpose because I want to show y'all something. But I want to be clear. It was the God within me showing you and helping you understand and see the God within you. And then ultimately the God within us as the collective. Okay. And so I'm just a messenger. So let's do it here. And let's just howl at the moon and fall back. About a month later, probably not even that long, the world started howling at the moon. Usher Raymond came out and said something about howling at the moon. And then he was like, oh, since we're quarantined now, 8:00 p.m. your local time, everybody stops what they're doing and they go out and they howl at the moon. I swear to God. Now you may say, bro, that's just a coincidence. Okay. If I go to some PowerPoints, I can show you over and over and over and over and over and over and over the times that we purposely set out to cast a collective thought, and then a mirroring external event takes place. To me, I don't know about y'all, but to me, that is some amazing shit. I don't want to hear nothing about a Bilderberger or Rothschild. In fact, I do, and if I do, I want to learn how to implement the financial system. Because see, what we're doing now on the spirit side is you on earth and you playing off Jacquin off that celestial thing. That money thing is on the earth plane, and you need to learn how to master that too. So now how do you use the same science to excel your finances on the earth plane on the side of Boaz? Okay? And that can be done. So anyway, to me, in the conversation of consciousness, what is more appealing and more of a higher mark in a sense of evolution than exploring with your own thought, and for the collective group to explore on our own thought. So now we exploring on our own thoughts, we seeing it, because remember, the 7 Hermetic laws says, oh, all is mental. Yeah. So if you don't know about the 7 Hermetic laws, real easy. Right? Here we go. See if we can blow them up. All right. So all is mental is principle number 1. But my favorite one, and these are out of order. That's out of order. I don't go that way. No, that's the same one. You can't really see it. Let me see. There we go. This is better. Principle number 2 is correspondence. Let me tell you something. Me personally, every law after correspondence is just a different way to measure correspondence. There's really only one law, and it's mentalism. Everything else is you on your tracing board doing the corresponding homework. So correspondence, they telling you, is how to define. Correspondence means something responded. But what's responding if the law is number 1? Well, shit, that means mental thought is responding. Okay. So anything after correspondence is correspondence. So now they're going to give you the first rule of correspondence is vibration. Then they're going to say, oh, it's polarity. Everything has opposite. Then it's going to be rhythm. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Then it's going to be cause and effect. Then it's going to be gender, masculine, feminine. All of those things are just different ways to measure correspondence. But it's only really one law. It's mentalism. But mentalism breaks down through vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. Okay? All right. Okay? So it's all about correspondence. That's the game. But the correspondence of learning how to receive the signal and project the signal for the greater good. Because it's one thing to be correspondents and you just, such and such on the news. And, you're just like a news reporter. Boring. Like, I kind of get bored. Like, that's why I don't even be over here like this. Like I'm not about to sit up here. And I got enough content on this shit to show you how the laws work when these cats get in situations. Right? Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Like, I can be like, oh, see, bam. But damn, didn't I show you the same pattern with Mac Dre? Then I show you the same pattern with Yellow Beezy. Anybody who got shot, I done showed you the same goddamn pattern over and over again. I don't feel like saying the same thing. I get bored quick. I got ADD. Okay. So anyway, the correspondence is our projection. That has to be the name of the game. Okay. Our projection is the key. That's the key, man. All right. All right. Let me see how you feeling in the chat, man. Y'all good? Y'all good? All right. That sounds like women. They respond to you according to the energy you bring. Yeah. See, Justin was in the visualization. He said, I didn't hear dogs barking it until I did the visualization. You will start to send a signal out and things will start to correspond to that. Man, I'm telling you, man, that stuff is listen, man. I'm sorry, man. That's next level, man. That's what we on. I ain't trying to hear nothing about Trump wasn't supposed to win the election and they let him win, or all that shit is hogwash, man. It ain't solid. It does nothing for consciousness. Consciousness wants to have experiences and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know? Oh, you in France? That's what's up, man. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. So if you're feeling the content, let's do a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get some people in here. Let's do something. Oh, what was I saying about T.I.? Man, I was just saying, man, that he got a couple events that he went through in life, man. And every time he's went through some of these events, there's a cosmic common denominator where a planet happens to be coincidentally in the same goddamn spot. And I'm gonna take my time with it, and we're gonna do it. I think me and Ju gonna get together, and we're gonna do a Zoom where we're on the thing with each other, and we're gonna be adding a commentary on to it and deal with it. I got some notes somewhere on tip that deals with that and whatnot. So I want you to imagine, like again, his homeboy got killed. Rest in peace. In Cincinnati, and then he's on Punk'd. And he had guns. They put bullets in his hand. Remember T.I. was on Punk? Please get these bullets out my hand. I don't know who these is. Please get these out my hand. That's how he was. You know what I'm saying? But then that event happened in real life, nigga, where they now coming to book you for guns. And your man set you up. Like, don't think that, they think that this shit is separate shit. And it's not. Science and already proved the shit called string theory. Everything is motherfucking connected. So the moment that, and shout out to 50, man, because 50 told Pop Smoke, rest in peace, is dead, man. Don't be putting yourself in no negative goddamn imagery, man. Shout out to 50 for being Kanan, and you assumed that he may have died in a car crash, but you didn't necessarily see it wasn't confirmed of his dead body like that. And then it was talked about later. You have to control the imagery is my point. All right. My great grandma B-Day, February 16th, 1901. All right. 216. That's what's up. All right. So yeah, man. So any questions? We're gonna do a Q&A. I just wanted to test this Zoom thing out real fast, man. I think I'm gonna be rocking with this, man. That way I can actually show y'all some things and whatnot, man. I did want to go somewhere online, but I can't remember where the hell I wanted to show y'all online. I wanted to take y'all, I forget. Prosperity Mound. It worked and it's working. Yeah. So what I think about Cube, man. So that's interesting. Cube, Kanye West, Donald Trump, all Geminis. All Geminis. All Geminis. Cube is doing what you're supposed to do. But if you a slave, as Dame Dash would say, you're not going to understand it. Bosses talk to bosses. Like, I don't know why you're scared to go have a conversation with him. Oh, because you're scared of the stereotype that comes with it. But yet you think he has the power to make things better, and he's misusing that power. But yet you don't want to go have a sit down. You're scared. You scared. Cube ain't scared. Kanye West ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? Anything else to me, man, I think you're scared. You know what I'm saying? If you got the ability to go sit down with who you perceive to be an issue, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just boss talk. But it should be about the evolution of what needs to take place. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so that's what I think, man. You know, there needs to be a Jubilee Act. I said it before. There needs to be a portion of this thing that deals with the debt, because in the Bible, Jubilee is 7 years, and then 7 times 7, and then on the 50th year you chill. The nations should reset all debts as a nation for every 50 years. And this don't mean you run shit up on purpose and get out of it. You do your best. You know what I'm saying? I have this question. If you got the ability to print money, right? Like, who said it's going to harm people if we did have some form of universal income? You know, like, I believe in capitalism. I fuck with it. Go out, you got ideas, you should have a right to free enterprise. I don't believe in 100% socialism. Everything you know, like, no. With humanity, because we're in the Aquarian age, Aquarius deals with humanity. So you're going to see that people are going to want a government that reflects humanity, and it's going to look like what's known as a social democracy, where it's going to have hints of socialism in it. So when you see the Elizabeth Warrens and Bernie Sanders running, guess what? People are going to appeal to that, because we're in the age where we like, you know, come on, man. Everybody should just be able to go into a hospital and they got something wrong with them, they can get fixed. And if they don't have the money, which, I mean, a lot of us cannot afford, you know, a surgery, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, that's, you know, oh, now they got messed up credit and they can't go do anything in life and progress themselves because they couldn't get the basic thing taken care of. So there has to be some type of happy medium for all, where it's a win-win situation for everybody. And this ain't lottery consciousness, because you can give people money and they're gonna go broke. I mean, it just happens. Look at it. Whether it's retired NFL players, retired ball players, they go broke. People win the lottery, they're going to be broke, because financial skill is a skill. But there's certain things that humanity is supposed to have that should just be in play, and we have that ability to make it be in play. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyway, that's what we progress and do. Puff is a Scorpio. I don't know what old ass Joe Biden is, man. I don't know. Um, yeah. Scorpio season coming. You know, no, we share. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what Biden is, man. Mercury and Mars in the eighth house synastry. Yeah, I got that too. Mercury and Mars in the eighth. Daniel Redbird. We have some very interesting synchronicities, my friend. Very interesting. Is that good business partner energy? Mercury and Mars is someone that could be hype and very passionate in a speech. Be careful, because you could be accident prone. So motorcycles and things like that. Not saying that don't enjoy them, but you know, be careful. I got Mercury and Mars conjunct. You know, you asked me how I got that mark right there. That's me doing the wheelie on my bike. You know what I mean? Um, but yes, because the eighth house is joint partnerships, and it's the house of investments, it's the house of insurance policies. Mercury is the mind, what you think, what you speak, what you write, what you articulate. And Mars is the passion, in the physical drive. So if you couple them together, you can be very passionate and have the physical drive to do very well in joint business partnerships. The real question, though, as you put it, in synastry, is to see how another person compare, because and you and somebody may be good, but you and the other person may not be too good. So it's not necessarily your energy. You need to understand the relationship between you and the partner, if those energies are conducive together. That's the question. All right. Folks always trying to sow discord. Someone said the other day that this is really the age of Sagittarius Capricorn, and we're not in Aquarius yet. All right, so people there's different systems. Okay, only thing you got to do is just go look out into society and see what's taking place. What do I mean by that? Aquarius is the age of technology. Are we not in the world of Tesla? Are we not in the age of internet? Are we not in the freaking age of just Amazon technology? Right? Usually people will say we're in the age of Pisces and we haven't progressed into the age of Aquarius, because they're using a different system of observation of what they think they see with the naked eye dealing with celestial bodies that's moving. I did a webinar on this called The Cosmic Illusion. The biggest illusion, just look at the moon. 1 minute is full. Then after the full moon, you will start to see the left side of the moon and you can't see the right side. And then 2 weeks after the full moon, you ain't gonna see no moon. And then on the new moon, when the sun and moon is aligned, you ain't gonna see the moon. And then about 2 to 3 nights after the new moon, the sun is going to set in the west and you're going to see the right side of the crescent moon, but you can't see the left side. And slowly but surely for the next 2 weeks, the right side of the moon is going to start to grow and become full, which is the full moon. And we know that the physical moon itself is not changing sizes, but it is casting the illusion based off of light. So this reality is all about the cosmic illusion. The sun don't physically rise. In one model, let's go back to God vision on the screen. Here we are in space on Earth, and we're traveling around. And dig this, the moon is always close to the Earth from God's vision, right? The moon. Now the moon goes around the Earth, but it's always close to the Earth in God's vision. Yes? So right now, if we're in Libra season, how the fuck can the moon be in Aries? If the earth is in Libra season as a whole and the moon is always next to the goddamn earth. Huh? Think about that. This will be known as a heliocentric model where we're looking at reality from the sun. I call it God vision because we ain't on the sun looking at it, but we out in space looking at everything. So how can the moon be in a total opposite constellation? Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of Libra season. So the moon has to be where the earth is because according to this model, the moon is always by the earth. Yes? Okay. But then when we go up in real time, let's just say real time is 2020. Today is 10/21. Yeah. Now technically, if we're in Scorpio season, the sign at midnight 00 hours on the midhaven, dead south. Which one is it? Bingo. On the meridian, dead south. Okay. That'll tell you about where we at. Since we in Libra season, then that means the earth is in perfect alignment with Aries. This is why Aries at midnight is close to over here, to the midhaven. Okay. So the moon should be with us. So how could it be? Let's see. Let's see something. Where's she at? Where's she gonna be? She ain't came across the meridian yet. I made it came low. Hold on. Oh no. One of these days. There she go. Bam. How? How? How are you way over here when we're supposed to be on the other side? You see what I'm saying? So my point is, since she's always going around, it gives the illusion as if she's in these other signs. And guess what? Guess what? That becomes reality. Because people who are born with the moon appears to be in Cancer, the moon appears to be in Pisces, these people absolutely have different ways that they express their behavior. But if I'm on, again, the sun, that shit don't exist. You understand what I'm saying? So now reality becomes reality based upon how we would observe some shit based off when we was born. Because when we was born, did we see that? Unless we did and we forgot, perhaps when we animated the body, we forgot, maybe we saw it in our journey here, right? But this whole thing is a cosmic illusion. And so you can't necessarily, you just can't measure it based upon, what you think you see with the naked eye. You gotta, some other shit that's to this game, man. It's the best way I can put it. There's some other shit that's to the game. It's the classic fight between Eastern astrology and Western astrology. And the question is, how are they both right? I know how they both right. They both right because the planets involved don't change and the houses don't change. The only discrepancy between the two systems is 23 degrees of the zodiac sign. So one to tell you that, hey, this is Scorpio season. And the other one's going like, no, it's not. It's Libra season. But they both agree that it's Scorpio season if you're in the last 5 days, or the energies in the last 5 degrees are 6 to 7 degrees of a sign. And it's going to be the same thing. So this is why, for example, I'm a 27 degree Aquarius. So when they try to revert everybody back and introduce Ophiuchus into the situation, I was still an Aquarius because I'm so highly evolved and highly up in the Aquarian frequency. 27 degrees, there's a difference of 23 degrees. So 27 minus 23, that'll bring me down to 4 degrees Aquarius. Haha, I'm still an Aquarius. But if you the first day of Aquarius and they introduce that system of what they think they see with the naked eye, then you're going to drop down 23 degrees and you'll be back in the last sign or the sign previous to yours. You see what I'm saying? But you can't believe what you see with the naked eye. How can you? Because remember, in God's view, we're going around the sun at all times, right? But on the earthly view, y'all see the sun? It's going to look like, hey, man, the sun rises and it sets, right? It's up and it's down. Huh? That's two different realities that we're looking at. And we be getting stuck on this spear right here, looking at this thing, at this spear right here, when in all actuality, we're out here, man. We out here, man. We out here like God, man. We out here, baby. We out here like God. That's where we at. We way out. All right. All right, man. So what y'all got for me, man? Biden is a Scorpio. So it makes sense. Biden's a Scorpio, Puff a Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's playing their divine part. Nah. All right. So y'all want to see the Ophiuchus shit? Don't go for that. I disagree. I tell you why I disagree. I'll show you. All right. So let's just follow the sun. Just follow the sun. And it's something called the ecliptic, which is the belt of the zodiac. All right. Let's see where you at. Booyah. You see that orange line? That's where the planets want to follow. Let me get rid of the meridian. So you see how the sun, Saturn, and Jupiter is all through there, right? So what they want to do is a certain time of the year, they say, oh, look, he's by Ophiuchus, but you're at the bottom of the constellation. So it just depends how you see the constellation, right? We can get rid of get rid of the artwork and just look at the constellation. You can obviously see that Ophiuchus sits north of the Scorpion. Okay, but there's a small piece of the constellation, if we want to say that's a constellation leg. So you got to understand, we got a right to say what constellation is what and connect it to what. Who stops us from connecting another line to it and say, oh no, this is not a man and a dragon, this is a man on a boat. You can call it whatever you want to call it. You see what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, Ophiuchus as a whole constellation sits north of the ecliptic belt. I'm going to show you how the Egyptians also recognize that. Okay. So the only thing you got to do is go to the Zodiac Dendera. Thought I may have a picture of this joint on my computer. It's probably on my old computer. Let's see. That's a scatter. I see my point, but it's scattered. Let me see. What's the size of it? I'm gonna see if we can get some insight a little bit. There goes Scorpio right here. All right, so I'm gonna flip this real fast because it's at the bottom. All right. So let me see, Scorpio. All right, I'm gonna put an arrow to it so you can see it. All right, so here go Scorpio right here. There you go. So that's the Scorpion, right? And then notice right next to the Scorpion, you see the horsey thing in the Sag. Yes? Right? Y'all see that? Well, I'm putting the arrows. And then notice here go Capricorn, the goat. Right? But what's above Scorpio? A man on a serpent boat, known as the boat of Ra, right here. I'm gonna put the black arrow to that one. I thought I could format that one. Uh-oh. Okay, I do that. I'm forgetting. But this is the boat of Ra right here. Okay. So he sits just north of the zodiac belt. Okay. Sits north of the zodiac belt. So they go Capricorn right here. They go Aquarius, right? And so the boat of Ra sits just north of the Scorpion. Okay. And that's exactly what's taking place. The boat of Ra, which is a man on a serpent boat, but they depicted as the Greeks depicted as a man holding a serpent, which looks like this. Okay. So same thing, man and a snake. So Ophiuchus sits more in the northern hemisphere. And the truth of the matter is, Ophiuchus is the counter opposite of Orion. Okay. So notice Ophiuchus has a right angle ascension of 1710. So what's 1710 minus 12 hours? 12 hours puts you on the opposite side. 24 hours is a full circle. So 12, so that'll put us at what? About 5 hours rising, right? So if we were to just go to find Orion, Mr. Orion, look at the right ascension angle right here where my arrow is. 5 hours. So notice that, Orion, depending where we at, but Orion is not in the zodiac belt as well. Orion sits south of the zodiac ecliptic. Okay, where Ophiuchus sits north. So remember Orion deals with the pyramids. So Orion and Ophiuchus is really a different type of energy, man. Ain't got nothing. They're not zodiacal energy as far as the signs go, because the zodiac belt don't fall into those. Okay. Now, since we on here, and I'll tell you who know this shit, we can go to some cold shit. Benjamin Banneker, Almanac. Let me see if we Almanac. Let's see if we can get on, because the Quakers got it. Let me see. I may have him on here somewhere. I just gotta figure out. Do I got Ben? Let me see something. Let me see. Do I got Ben? I ain't got Ben. I ain't got it. It's on my other computer. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Well, I gotta go get it now, ain't it? Hold on. Who got it, man? I thought. I can take you to his freaking almanac, man. But in his almanac, you will see what he measuring, and he's measuring 12. The homie is dope. And I could take you to some records of Timbuktu as well. Ooh wee, let me see something. Ooh wee, here we go. Look at him. Ben Banneker dealing with how the zodiac signs deal with the body. This is a dude who literally, the world don't deny it. Europeans do not deny this. Benjamin Banneker designed Washington, D.C. in his almanac, governed by the what constellations? The 12. Now, this don't mean that the man don't have no misknowledge and he can't be wrong. I ain't saying that, but I'm just letting you know the system is 12. 13 is for something else. It's for you to activate. Because the moment that I tell you it's 13 signs, then you're gonna have to become the 14. If I tell you it's 14, you still gonna have to become the 15. You got to activate consciousness. And not only that, all right, you can look at the ephemeris of the actual date. Let me see. Of where he at, which is January, right? And on January the 1st, he told us that the sun was, hold on, where I see where he at, hold on. Six, hold on. All right, he's giving you the moon placements on these days right here. You can clearly see that. The moon is in Aries, then it goes to Taurus, then Gemini, and so forth, so forth. Okay. And he's given the time that the sun rises and the time that the sun sets per yeah, per joint, per day. He didn't give up the sun degrees and whatnot. But yeah, Banneker was going heavy, man. He was going heavy. And I'm telling you, he was dealing with the Western system too. He wasn't dealing in the Eastern system. He was dealing in the Western system. Yeah, West Side. Simply because the difference between the two systems, like I said, is 23 degrees. And that's why Spirit World is so dope, because 23, will be one of the illest to do it, Mike Jordan, because the poles is said to be on its axis at 23 degrees. So the Western system knows that the shit that you see with the naked eye is 23 days or 23 degrees back to the sun. Where you think you see the sun at today in the sky, that shit was there 23 days ago based off reality. So you're looking at shit in the past. Again, it takes light 8 minutes from the sun to touch you. So the shit that you even interfering with is from the past. You see what I'm saying? So when you see a planet, Jupiter, oh, you think it's right there? Nigga, that shit was there in the sky based off what was going. That shit was actually there a year ago. You don't see the planets in quote unquote real time. All right? You don't. You got to feel that shit and watch humanity. Because that shit, based off the tilt, the shit look like it's back here in quote unquote real time. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got to know how to measure this thing, man. You know what I mean? So again, that's the optical illusion, right? What it say on the side view mirrors? Objects appear closer than they seem. Okay? What up, constant growth? You dig? Objects appear closer than what they seem. All right? All right. All right. All right. So what you got for me, man? Any questions? Anything? How can you saw something? Oh, that's what I was gonna do. All right. So since we on here real fast. Let me see. So say I want to size something up. So today is the 21st of October 2020. And let's just say we go up in the future a little bit, but it's what, 136. So let's say 136, right? And you put it at your location, right? So say Philly, bam, bam, bam. Now say today, right now, 136, this is a birthday. A child is born in Philadelphia right now. Okay? So what this is telling us is right now, it appears that Capricorn is coming up on the ascendant. Because since it's midday 136, the sun is now in the 9th house, which simply translates to mean the sun is in the southern portion of the sky heading towards the west. It's heading towards this way, towards the DC. So a house is a region in space, a direction. You got to understand that when you're looking at this. Okay. A lot of times people, I think they get stuck on paper. I remember when I first learned, I was stuck on paper. Oh, my second house, my third house. But what the fuck is really a house? A house is a region of space. You're going to take all of space and divide it up into 12 areas, and regions of space represent different areas of your life. So right now, this person is born with the moon in Capricorn. So this means that the moon, since the moon is by the AC, the moon should just now be coming up in the eastern portion of the sky. Let's check that. Today is 10/21. We in Philadelphia. We at 1300 somewhere. Bingo, look at that. Like clockwork, look at the moon. Just now looking like it's about to come up. You see? So the moon looking like it's about to come up. So in the chart, it's 2D and says, hey, man, you got the moon in the 12th house. The 12th house is the eastern portion of the sky, due east. People who are born with 12th house energy are what? Psychic. So that means, I love a 12th house moon. That person is extremely sensitive. So that means the moon was coming up when you were born, but do planets come up and go down? No, we're spinning in its orientation towards it. So back to God vision, right? During our time of birth, we're on the portion of the earth right here in the United States that's facing the moon. Whereas if you got people that's way on the other side of the world, the moon is not visible for them because their portion of the earth is turned away from the moon. Hello? Yes? Because you can see the moon every single day as long as it is not in the same vicinity in alignment with the sun, because the light will block it out. Okay? But when you're on this side, when the moon is on this side, you'll be able to see it. So the earth is spinning into these energies, facing. This is why the Muslims face east when they pray, because we're traveling in a eastward direction around the sun. Okay. All right. So people who are born with 12th house energy, this energy appears to just be coming up. That makes you hella psychic. That's the area, the eastern portion of the sky controls the etheric imprints of the psychic ability. That's the plane of mentalism, the eastern portion of the sky. Maybe the Muslims knew something, and they do. Trust me, these was especially the Moorish Muslims. Like these cats was beasts when it came to astronomy. You can't touch them. It's my favorite class of astronomers for sure. And then we keep on going east. The 11th house, the 10th house. The 10th house is career. But remember, on the earthly plane, the 10th house is this green line known as the what? The meridian, the high point of the day. This is why around 12 noon, look at this, 12:30, the sun is right here at the high point of the day, the meridian. So this is the 10th house. When you're born with energies here, this represents career and success and ambition and goals, and you will be a person of authority because the energy is at the highest point, the crown of the sky when you were born. We're just going to deal with the 4 cardinal points. And then after that, as we progress through the day, now at 1 o'clock, 1:30, the sun is moving towards the 9th house. It's going towards the west. The 9th house is the energy that deals with ambition. It deals with philosophies. It deals with the teacher, the professor. I'm a 9th house son. And my nickname, they call me the professor amongst family. That's my goddamn nickname. Hey, professor, right? So the 9th house is this place right here that deals with long travel, philosophies, religions, things of that nature, the expansion of consciousness. This is the college professor energy. You're born with 9th house energy. You love to learn. It's easy for you to learn. I'm self-taught. You know what I'm saying? Then we start moving over to the 8th house, getting towards the western portion of the sky. Now we're not all the way due west, as you can see. We're starting to get there. But now when you in the 8th house, these people got sexual energies. So perhaps maybe when energy throughout the day is in the 8th house, because see, remember, this is talking about the daily rotations. Every day the sun appears to be in front of these different areas of space. All the while, it stays in one zodiac sign, but throughout the motion of the day, since the earth is spinning, it's giving the illusion that the sun is traveling through different directions on the earth, right? So this is the eighth house. This is the time of sex. This is joint finances and money, planning on your money together. This is how you get in sync. Maybe I'll do a whole joint on this thing, right? And then as sunset, depending what time of year it is, the sun starts to go down in the western portion of the sky. This is the seventh house. This is the area that deals with what? Relationships. The seventh house energy is relationships. And so forth as we go down the wheel. Now, who wants a free reading? We're gonna wrap up at 2:00 unless it get really, really, really good. Who wants something? Because now I got something. I got the chart on and I can just show you how to do this and what I'm looking at. So somebody give me a birthday. All right, can we review Tori and Meg? Man, I started to. I could have told Meg. What's up, Andrea Gray? What's happening? I don't know what you be doing. I ain't on Facebook no more, but girl, you got you a practice and a shine that you should never ever stop doing because you glow. All right, so October 28th, 86, Scientific Mystic. That's my son's birthday, man. Scientific Mystic is Bill Gates' birthday. So October 28th, 86. All right. I see it, but Quiana, I don't want to mess your name up. Miss Johnson was in there. Dang, a lot of people was in there first. Yeah, you know you be shining. Bop, 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 bop. All right, so I'm just gonna go and see here. October 28th, 86. But you gotta give me October 28th, 86. But see, I don't got your time. You gotta give me a time and city. Technically, for this thing to really work, give me a time and city. A time of birth and the city of birth for this to really, 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 really work. Because see, remember, you can be born on this day, but what if you was born at sunset? Then all this energy up here would be all the way over here to the right. It wouldn't be up here at the top. And the area of space is very important when you're doing this. This is why it's called a house. All right, so my bad. I should have said that. Give me a time, Mystic Scientific. If you got a time, give it to me. Give it to me, baby. 8 a.m. And what city? What city you in? 8 a.m. for Mystic Scientific and Wood City, Providence, Rhode Island. All right, 8 a.m. Providence, Rhode Island. I'm a big fan of the northeast corner because the northeast corner was very, very instrumental in helping Black folks get out of slavery. Gotta say it. I gotta say it. Providence. MNOP. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. All right, my friend. Since you were born in the morning at 8 a.m., notice your energies is in the 12th house. Now, watch this. Watch how this works, y'all. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Because his name is Mystic Scientific. Well, I'm going to bring the scientific to the mystic part, okay? So he's born in the morning. And what I tell you, if you're born in the 12th house, that simply means the energy was in the eastern portion of the sky on that day. So let's go to October 28th, 1986. 1986, October 28th. And I am in Philly, so I'm a little bit west of him, but that's cool. I'm going to go ahead and, where we going? Where is it at? We're going to change the locale here and see if they have Providence, Rhode Island. Boop. Yep. Got Providence, Rhode Island on the map. Okay. So at 8 a.m., 8 a.m., that would be 08 put it at 9 because it's gonna revert to 10. I should have put it at 7. My bad. Hold on. Bingo. 8 o'clock in the morning, eastern portion of the sky. The sun is here. Okay, is there. And when we look at the chart, we see the sun is there. Pluto is way behind him somewhere. And Venus is about to come up from the eastern portion of the sky. So if I were to get rid of the Earth, nope. If I were to get rid of the Earth, whoop, there go Venus following right there. So Venus is coming up. And like I said, I bet you if I were to zoom all the way in somewhere, Pluto should be by the sun. Way out in the ether. Okay. So, but this is what I really wanted to show you guys because his name is very interesting. Where's Neptune? Boom. So Neptune rules the 12th house. Am I making that up, ladies and gentlemen? You see it at the top. It says Neptune rules Pisces in the 12th house. Okay, let's look at some keywords, please. What does this keyword right here say? Do it not say mysticism? Huh? So it rules the 12th house and the planet's energy is mystic. And yet when this man was born, let's look at it. He's born with energy in the 12th house and he calls himself mystic? Come on. This is why. But see, he's in tune. So big kudos to Mystic Scientific, straight up, because he's in tune with his own self, his higher self, okay? So the energy being right here, this is why you picked that name. What I find very interesting is out of 10 planets, you have 8 of them are on the left side. You only got 2 planets that's on the right side of the chart. So that's an over amount of energy. 80% of the energy is on the left, on the eastern side. So now what does that mean? Well, people who are on the left side, these are people who are projectors into the world. Whereas the people on the right side, they are receivers. I call it the entrepreneurs and bosses in a sense, and these people are the worker bees. Now, I'm not diminishing the worker bees because nothing gets done without these people. You're just the idea, Mr. Elon Musk, but you need people and systems to operate that shit, okay? So I do not shit on the worker bees, okay? But these people who have energy on the left side, predominantly, they have something of grandiose to be able to project out into reality, okay? They just have to find what that is, all right? I see it's tad bit of contention, perhaps of some family karma that needs to be worked out, maybe with mom, but it could be with dad. It's an interplay here because of Saturn. You see here has a red line going up to the moon, and moon is mommy. And since moon is close to your 10th house cusp, this might be an issue with dad because Saturn is dad and Saturn rules this energy at the top. See, Saturn naturally rules this energy called MC, naturally. So it's kind of like the red line means there's a struggle, there's some beef. So it's like Saturn is mad at the moon, like, why you in my house and I ain't home? What's going on? There's an issue there. So perhaps maybe since the moon is mommy and Saturn usually come off as father time, that's a nickname for him. There could be a father and mommy issue that needs to be resolved. You see what I'm saying? And whatever that is, you got to fix that, bro. You got to fix that in the sense of making sure that you're not holding on to, because all the planets are a different aspect of consciousness within the human psyche. So remember, Neptune is the part of you that wants to be meditative, imaginative, mystical, music, poetic, right? Even get high, and because it wants to hallucinate a little bit, right? It wants to experience something else mentally. Saturn is the part of us that gets serious, or we hold on to shit and we ain't letting it go. But it's the part of us that says, okay, I'm disciplined and I want to become successful and do this and that. Venus is our perception of beauty and good taste. Mars is our perception of what we're passionate about and whatnot. So all of the planets are nothing more than different aspects of human consciousness. Okay, all of them are different aspects of mental choices. That's all they are. Okay. Um. So anyway. Yeah, you gotta fix that. But this is a magnificent, great chart because all that energy that you have in the first two allows you to. The first house is the house that goes out and pushes thing in action. Because remember, everything I'll say it like this: all the others houses and signs besides Aries in the first house, everybody else was scared to go first. Aries in the first house was like, yo, okay, y'all don't want to go. All 11 of y'all scared to really start this thing off. Okay, cool. I'll go first. So when you have energy in Aries or the first house, you have the past to put yourself first. I ain't saying being negative, selfish, but really pioneer some shit, kick the door down and be the battering ram to go out there and produce. You see what I'm saying? That's what that is. So when you have that energy, plus it's in Sag for you, this represents Sag and Scorpio. It represents a great teacher of some sort, bro. You got some great knowledge, very versatile, very probably one of the most versatile charts I ever seen as far as straight up skill set, which means you got a conglomerate mindset where you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, and you can do this, and you can do it well and whatnot. And so yeah, go out and project, man. I understand the mystical name that's taking place with you. And let's say, ladies and gentlemen, for an example, I want to do a cold red and make sure that he's straight. Mars right now is over here in Aries. And since he don't have nothing in Libra, he's cool. And since he don't have nothing in Cancer on the square, he's straight. And he has Neptune in Capricorn early, but Mars ain't gonna retrograde that far back, and that's not a bad one anyway. His next point of contention is when in 2021, when Mars gets over here in Taurus, all of this energy is going to be in opposition. Mars is going to be in opposition to all this Scorpio energy over here. Because see, all of his, notice how all his energy is clustered up, y'all. It's over here. It starts at 4 degrees Scorpio. Then Pluto is at 7. Then Venus is at 17. Then Mercury's at 27. So he has a lot of Scorpion energy. And then he has Sag energy too. Saturn's at 7. Juno, which is a marriage asteroid, I only count that dealing with, marriage compatibility. But Uranus is at 19 Sag. So when Mars gets over here in Taurus and Gemini, because Gemini is opposite Sag, these is his testing points right here. So Mars, you would be under a cold red shit, man, all the way until 1929. I got to get you at 29 Gemini. Basically, when Mars going to Cancer. So how do you figure that out? When's that timeline? Well, there's something called an ephemeris, ladies and gentlemen. I go to something called Chaldea.com. Chaldea, click on ephemeris. The ephemeris allows me to be able to go to any point in the past. I can go all the way back to the year 1600 because they've been keeping records for 400 years. You know what I'm saying? Damn near 500 years, if my math is correct. 1600, 20, yeah. So we can go to 2021 because I know Mars is going to go into Taurus. See, Mars goes into Taurus. Look at Mars right here, the circle with the arrow. Okay. And notice he goes 0 degrees Taurus on January the 7th. Right? Now, if memory serves me correctly, he's a 4 degree Scorpio. Yes. So when Mars in January hits 4 degrees Taurus, which would be January the 16th, Mars will be directly opposite his sun. And so the energy really starts in January when Mars is going to size him up and start coming in opposition to all of this shit. This is the time where accidents can be more prone at this particular time and whatnot. So I'm gonna give you two things. I'm gonna give you a timeline. It starts in January. I want Mars to get into Cancer because when Mars gets to Cancer, he's going to leave you alone. until he gets into Leo and squares you. So your first wave, we need Mars to get to 0 Cancer. So let's see. Mars get to 0 Cancer on April 21st. So from January to April the 24th, rather, you are in a cold red. Okay. And I'm gonna give y'all some cold red game. All right. Let me give it to you. This is private shit that I give to people, man. Privately. Okay. All right. So you got to do the cold red. You want to wear the Hamza. Notice your boy T.I. is wearing the Hamza. Boy, I got something for Tip's ass. I got something for Tip. Because there's a part of his own evolution that knows something. For him to constantly wear that gold diamond studded goddamn Hamza, he knows that the evil eye is real. Okay. So at this time, doing cold reds, it's nice for you to wear things of this nature. Hamza, there's an Islamic medallion you can have known as the Ayatul Kursi. You can wear that. Psalms 27, you can recite that. You can recite a few Psalms. Actually, Psalms 27 is one that you constantly recite. Okay. The prayer to Saint Michael the angel. Remember that prayer. Oh, that shit is some powerful shit now. All right. So remember that. Okay. The violet flame while you're saying these prayers, invoking the violet flame energy around you. It's a mantra. I am the violet flame. I am the violet flame. So you can actually stand in the sunlight and invoke the light and have the light onto you as being a violet flame. You don't believe me? I'll show you. Bam, there's the violet flame in real time. Now, don't be acting like y'all don't see my violet flame. Shit, I'm violet flamed up, baby. Huh? I'm violet flamed up. Oh, are we at those ancient sites that I talked about earlier today? Oh, yeah, we are. How about the first trip that I led to some ancient sites? The very first trip. What light is coming down and touching down on us? The violet flame is touching down on us at these ancient sites. So I'm telling you, this thing is real, okay? So you can invoke the violet flame energy while you're doing the Psalms, the meditation, your visualization work, okay? And shout out to my nigga Gunplay because he hit it on the head. That's why I roll with the Bible on the dash. So that Psalms 27, you got the Bible on the dash. I'm going to tell you, and you want the rosary beads on the rear view mirror if this is of your faith, okay? Because light is intelligent. That shit is invisible particles. And so it already knows what the Christ energy is. So the cross will dissipate. Do y'all remember when it was that big ass Haitian earthquake that took place years ago and everything was ruined besides a fucking church with a cross on it? Huh? Like, seriously, this shit is intelligent like that. Okay. So the cross dissipates energy. Imagine a wind tunnel blowing at a cross. What's going to happen? You're dispersing energy. That's what you're doing. You're dispersing it into quadrants. Poof. Okay. So then there's something called the Traveler's Prayer, which is a card that you can keep on you. Jewish people are good for this. They keep these little totems and items on them for spiritual luck and protection. And this is also a time where you may want to, because this is a time where you may start getting headaches. Okay. So this is not medical advice, but I'm just saying you may want to do something to stabilize the blood, because what's happening when Mars is in a strenuous position, Mars spins negative radiation. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about this shit. We live in a place of yin yang, duality, polarity. Some energies are positive radiation, Sun, Jupiter, Venus. Some energies are negative, malefic radiations, Mars. Okay. And Saturn has been denoted as that as well. Okay. So it's just the nature of this place that we live in. So recite the Psalms during this time, bro, or whatever you do for your own spiritual protection and getting in tune, because you definitely are already in tune. And just beef up and be careful, beef up your own protection, and be careful in your travel. So whatever your mode of vehicle is, visualize and deck it out with some spiritual protection of some sort. you know, again, the Bible on the dash was interesting to me because this was a dude who's like, yo, nigga, fuck it. I got the Bible on the dashboard and I got an AK-47, nigga, and I'm slinging yayo. Like, what? And I'm protected. And I'm like, God damn, this is crazy. I can really relate to this shit. And this nigga called himself Jupiter Jack sometimes as well, right? And so I'm like, okay. But then what happened? You saw in real life, Gunplay actually pulled out a pistol on an accountant on video. Now, dude didn't show up for court, but goddamn it, it was on video. And Gunplay ain't supposed to have no goddamn pistols because of his record. But what happened? Case dismissed. Get out of here. See what I'm saying? So he didn't tapped into a whole nother goddamn power. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these niggas try to fool you about this goddamn Bible. That Bible is, as Minister Jew would say, is the greatest book ever written because it deals with aspects of consciousness as it pertains to reality and the physiology, which is consciousness, the physiology and function of the human being as we go through different mental states of development, along with the function, literally organs and bodies, and our relationship with the goddamn cosmos in one goddamn scripture is what that book encodes. Okay. All right. So that's your timeline, man. Sorry I was long-winded on that. Yeah. Sorry I was long-winded on that. You got it? You got it? All right. All right. All right. So man, you have to hit me up, man, because I don't offer readings on like, hey, go to my site, pay me for a reading. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. Like I really have people seek me out. I feel their energy and I make a decision from that particular point. Because if they serious about it, they gonna get me because I ain't hard to find. My phone number is on the goddamn websites and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna get me. You know what I mean? And for those that just curious, like, oh, option there, and they move on, good, keep it moving. You know what I mean? Because one thing I don't like is I don't like curious people like that. Like this shit takes really commitment. It's nothing. Curiosity is good if you're gonna be committed to it and follow that. But the ones that's like just curious on the fence and like, nah, I don't. That's sometimes the energy is 50-50 for me, and I need 100% commitment and shit because I know that's when the results start to bear fruit. All right. Miss V 22773 said, please 22773. Miss V. What was that? 227 1973. 1:30 p.m. DC. So you may be a ninth house son too, huh? You gonna be a ninth house son? Bam, bam. All right, Mystic Scientific. If you still here, is there anything that needs to be worked out with mom and dad? I always tell people to give yourself a grade, A, B, C, D, or F, if for room of improvement in those relationships. And then probably if you can be brutally honest, you cool. But if you may want to go one grade down if you're trying to be conservative, but just give yourself an honest assessment and see if there's some work that need to be done in those areas. Okay, and what's your name, Miss V? She's a ninth house son. Oh, Miss V has Venus in Aquarius. This is a joke. We got an inside joke about Venus in Aquarius at 28 degrees. It's dead on my son at 27. Oh, Miss V, I love you too. That's what that means. Venus on sun means I love him. They love each other and whatnot. Okay. All right, Miss V. Well, you're about to have a Jupiter return, darling. Notice that Jupiter is right here at 0 degrees Aquarius when you were born. I need you in my life, girl. Yeah, I can get lucky with you. Jupiter in Aquarius at 0 degrees, and then you're about to have Jupiter come back to that same spot where it was at when you were born, right? So let's look at this 22773. Let's go on the Earth plane, right? So let's go to 1973. Let's go to February, bam, and let's go to the 27th. And then I want to go find the Jupiter. Now it's going to look like it's in Capricorn, but don't pay that no mind. All right. All right. So it's in Capricorn. It looks like that, but it's really in Aquarius because it's a tilt. Well, my point though, since it's right here it looked like it's at the mouth of the goat. Well, now we're in 2020, right? And we're in October the 21st. I want to go back to Jupiter. And he's here. So in a minute, what's going to happen is Jupiter is about to be right here back at the mouth of the goat. Okay. So, what does this mean for you? One, a Jupiter return is usually symbolized by some great energy. This is expansive time in relationships for you. This could be business relationships and or personal relationship. This is the house of marriage. This is also a perfect time for you to get some legal things in order. Absolutely. Simply because the seventh house could represent justice system. Saturn is also coming, which represents government, and then Jupiter represents the law. So this is a perfect time for you to get things in order. But this is an expansive time in relationships. However, it may not come as quick. Jupiter is quick expansion. Saturn wants to bring a little bit of constriction to it. So you may not expand in the area of relationships, business relationships, and or personal the way you like to. But this also means that you can be in a relationship where there's a nice little age gap, maybe 5 years or more between you and a particular person. All right. So that could be something that's a possibility. I'm I like the fact that you got Venus and Jupiter. I mean, Venus and Aquarius and Jupiter's about to get back in Aquarius. So now this is going to be a timeline where you're going to be very lucky. And I'm talking when I say lucky, and it's in the eighth house, this deals with joint finances. Somebody could die and leave you some money. And it's a big inheritance because the eighth house is inheritance and whatnot. But this is other people's money. You need to be in investment groups. You need to be with people who got freaking money because at this particular time, you would be very, very, very favorable. And this is 2021. So if you have Venus at 28 degrees, technically Jupiter would be in orb at 18 degrees. To start at 18 degrees Aquarius. So we have to go to the future here. 18 degrees Aquarius will start on March the 8th. March the 8th. And then, hold on, March the 8th. Lucky you're going to get a retrograde. Hold on. We freezing here. March the 8th. April is dead on you, but I just saw a retrograde coming. It's gonna pass you up. And see, in June we're gonna get a Jupiter retrograde, so it's gonna come back towards you. See, back in August, it's back at 28 degrees. Ooh, you catching a blessing. You is catching a big blessing. Big blessing. 28, so he got to get to 8 degrees. Oh shit, girl. All this year 2021 is your shit. Hey, you win some money, kick your boy down 10%. I give you a visualization to do to help enhance that and give you the timeline. So you got all the way up until February the 9th of 2022. 2021 is your freaking year, man. That's your year. I ain't gonna even read nothing else. Like this is your year to really be expansive and dope. And it's gonna go beyond that because soon as Jupiter leaves this energy, it comes dead on your sun. And then it's just gonna catch up to who you are. Like this is really, really phenomenal stuff right here. So whatever you doing in the realm of networking, It's something with networking, groups of friends, investments, because it's the eighth house. So it's other people's money. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The eighth house is the house of sex, and Jupiter is big, big, big money. So this is like and Aquarius is technology. So this may be the year for you to turn that webcam on, girl, and get that money straight up. Right? Oh shit, for real. I'm dead ass serious. I'm serious. That shit can happen, man. All right. I gotta read my homie, man. Hold on, man. My homie is Andrea Great, man. That's my homie. She want to pay read. No, you want to keep it private. But Miss V, where you at? Miss V, you in here? Let me see. Let me see. The world wants to know, Miss V, is that true? All right, yeah, Quiana Johnson was there. All right, Miss V, hey, Miss V, hey, hey, Miss V, you turn that webcam on, you better let us know so we can get out there. All right. We're hold on now. Quiana was there in Mesa, Arizona. 8-10-87. All right. 8-10-87. 658. All right, 8-10-87. All right. Let's see here. Do. Man, you got some big money coming for real, man. 8-10. Did I say 87? I got bad short-term memory. 8-10-87. 8-10-87. 658 in Mesa, Arizona on the PM side. All right. All right. 658 in Mesa. Have I been through Mesa? Bam. All righty. Oh, Miss V, if you thought about being in a prosperity investment group, girl, I would love to. You got some real estate energy with other people's money. You got the energy. I'm telling you. If you ever thought about real estate, Miss V, I'm telling you to play for you. Look into apartment syndication. Excuse my French, but fuck dealing with these single family flips one at a time. Your first deal, I was listening to a podcast today. I'm about to pull it up. Your first deal could be a syndication with apartments where other people's money, eighth house, they raise the money and you be a 30% partner. You can get a 1% management fee for the year. You can every year there's a 1% management fee. You can also get a 3% closing fee when the deal closes. You get paid, then 1% a year, and then when y'all sell the asset, you get 30% of the profits, and your investors get 70% of the profits. Or you can change that structure any way you want to. It's called apartment syndication and whatnot. One of the things I like, one of the podcasts I like, is lifetime cash flow through real estate is one of them. With Rod Khalif, lifetime cash flow through real estate. So he be having meetups and apartment building investing with Michael Blank. Okay, apartment building investing with Michael Blank is a good one. All right. So get with me if you really thinking about investments, man, seriously though, and you're really committed to it. Like I would love to have you because our energy mesh well, and we can use that to our goddamn benefit. All right, that's what it's about. OPM. All right, I don't want to mess your name up, so I'm just gonna say Quiana. All this energy in the seventh house, girl. Like shit, damn. All like for real, like all that. Like, look at that. All that. All right. So the seventh house is relationships. And you're a Leo. So you're a lover. You know what I'm saying? Leo is love, fun, and romance. The seventh house is marriage. It's partnerships. You know what I'm saying? And so you have great relationship energy. Let me see this. Quiana, have you ever thought about being a relationship love expert, a love coach? Come on. And I just want to know the honest truth. So let me see. Miss don't let me miss your name, but I'm just gonna say Miss Johnson because the QU I be seeing it as QI. Is it Q on I need to know, Miss Johnson, if you ever thought about being a relationship counselor, a love coach. Oh shit, Starry Skies is single. Oh shit, Starry Skies, they got a 7th house stellium too. I'm assuming Starry Skies is a likes a woman. I'm gonna assume that. I don't want to assume gender. So after some healing, yes. Okay. Okay. So like have you read books on love, relationships, compatibility, things of that nature? That's what I want to know. I want to know if you actually got some physical things in your possession. Okay, Starry Sky says I'm a woman. Oh shit, they hit the Trina fuck boy. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey, who? Hey, you? Okay, hold that energy, Starry Skies, because we gonna pull up your fuckboy relationship, and I'm gonna show y'all this relationship compatibility shit. It's gonna blow your mind, and we can possibly be out of here. No, I'm more into learning how to heal from trauma at the time. All right. Okay. All right. So you want to heal from the trauma, but is the trauma from a relationship? See, I don't want. I get that, but I want to move past the point of pain. If that was out of the way, like, what would you organically, honestly, passionately be playing at? Playing meaning your field of life. Because look, see, remember, Leo was fun in love, right? Leo is fun in love. So what will you be? This is my last question. What would you be playing with outside the point of pain? What would you be at? What sector? Would you be in banking? Would you be in love, relationships? Like, where would you be? Yes, too much focus on the pain. We're gonna move past the point of pain. The pain was necessary to get you to this particular point. All pain is necessary for the learning experience. Trust me. I got dead kids, man. Feel me what I'm saying? My mama sent me something. My daughter got to earn. I just haven't released this stuff yet. But you know, that's this the remains of one of my dudes. You know what I mean? One of my sons. You know what I mean? So trust me, I've been here. All right, so definitely love relationships. Okay. All right. So let's go back to your chart. All right. So you are a magnificent lover, passion. Leo energy is one of my favorite energies because I believe it is the God force. Why? Well, because without the light of the sun, we die. And the sun is at home during Leo season, and we say the sun rules Leo. So this is the G force because there's a keyword for Leo that cannot be, it has no limit to it. And that keyword is called creativity. Now, how the hell do you limit creativity? Like, it's one thing if you Taurus and you like money. Okay, nigga, that's just money. Oh, you a Virgo, health. Okay, well, it's time to work out and do health things. But creativity? Like, shit. What I'm gonna do with, man, you can do anything you want. This is the G force. This is why there's a standing joke with Leos come late to the party because they want everybody to look at them, make a grand entrance, right? Leo is just all about them. They're the life of the party because they're the sun and all the planets revolve around the sun. So this is the G force. All of your G force energy happens to be in the area space, the 7th house that deals with relationships. Okay. So this is great for you. Super, super, super duper, duper, duper great. Also, you have a grand fire trine. You see this big blue triangle? pointing down, the big blue one, those energies are in fire signs. Because notice all your Leo energy to the right, the top left of your pyramid is Sagittarius, Saturn and Uranus, and the bottom of your pyramid is Jupiter and Aries. So your triangle goes down. I got a fire triangle, but mine's go up. You see what I'm saying? So but what the fire represent is creativity and motion. That's the spark. This is the one that starts it all off. Remember, Aries went first to start creation. Aries is a fire sign. So fire simply represents the creative process of can't sit still, let's move, let's create something. You have something to create. Okay. So you got to use that energy to go create. You're a fire starter. Majority of your energy is in fire. So therefore, your predominant element is fire, spiritually, meaning keep those candles lit in fireplaces is good for you, or you in Arizona, whatever, a fire pit. Fire is how you get down. You should have personal fire ceremonies. You go write all that bullshit that you've been on, not been on like you've been on, but the shit that's bothering you, right? And you have to release it in fire. Burn that shit up. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. You missed one of the moon perfect time of year to deal with it. But the full moon in when it's Aquarius season, when that full moon comes, that's going to be an excellent time for you to deal with letting go relationship energy. Not that you can't do it sooner, but I'm absolutely 100% need your full participation. I'll give you a timeline for that. Hold on. Hold up. Let me give you. It should be maybe in February. New moon on the 11th, full moon usually 2 weeks after February 27th. It's going to be in late Virgo. Let me see something real fast. Hold on. January 28th, we're going to be at 6 Leo. No, I'm sorry, 9 Leo. So January 28th, full moon. And then you're going to come right back at 8 Virgo. Let me see where you at. 8 Virgo, we would have good. See the way you're look, notice how your 7th house cuss is so big. It's big. You're going to have 2 full moons in your 7th house. Okay. 2 of them. All right. And so again, this is going to be February the 27th. Hey, that was just somebody's birthday. See how this shit worked? No, that was my girl V birthday. See how this shit worked? We start synchronizing. Like, what's the odds of the full moon being on somebody's birthday we just read? Pay attention to that kind of shit because our energy as a group was synchronized. Okay. So February 27th, full moon. And V, you need to do some work on that too, because that's your birthday. So that February 27th full moon is a great time for you to balance yourself out with the male-female energy relationships. Okay. But the full moon, February 27th, and the full moon, January 28th, these are going to be 2 consecutive back-to-back full moons where you need to be doing a fire ceremony and completely releasing, if any is still there at that time, releasing some things, releasing that shit. Okay. That shit go, because it's time for you to get on with your greatness. You got a lot of fire and creativity, and you have a lot of focus because this red triangle represents points of focus. If Pluto is at the top, and Pluto represents power and the ability to regenerate, it's in Scorpio, so his energy is at home, which could be sex. If you do like relationships, then maybe you're going to have to deal with sex, right? then you can't be shy to deal with that. So then you may have some type of sexual element that's going on at the top, which is your career in a sense. And then at the bottom, which represents communication, Jupiter in the third is communication. This is all talk, 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 something to say, something to write. Jupiter is big, so there's big shit you got to talk about. You see what I'm saying? So you got something major to say and do in the realm of relationships. Don't be shy to tap into this red force energy. This red force energy may have came by the way of some form of um, some form of abuse of power. See, Pluto is power and manipulation and sex. So the next thing you know, that could have happened to you. Somebody overpowered you sexually, in a sense. But you got to ask the question, what is the divine lesson in it? Don't worry about the point of attraction. What's the divine lesson in it that's going to get you to the other side of the coin? The transformation in the healing that you're talking about so you can move forward. So it may be something matter, certain patterns you didn't understand and you got where you can be able to assist the next generation so they don't have to go through XYZ, or the next people who's coming to you for the service, they don't have to experience what you experience because you already got the goddamn experience. You see what I'm saying? So this is a powerful healing sexual love story of greatness that you got a spark of energy that you can go out and tell the world. Okay. All righty. Capiche? Because that's where all your energy sit. It's just sitting in one spot. It's just telling the story, is all it is. All right. All right. Yeah, sex relationship coach. Come on now. All right, man. All righty. All righty. I got you. I got you. Okay. Okay. I see you on here. I got to call my man. Instagram, Michael Phillips. Michael Phillips, I think you look like the dude. You the dude, the mystical guy. Hold on. Just what the Indian guy says he will sign today. Oh shit. It's a big contract, man. Big contract. Big contract. Big contract. Oh shit. Big contract going. All right. All right, man. So yeah, I gotta go. I gotta switch gears, put it in real estate mode, man. I just wanted to come on real fast, talk with you, man. Subscribe, share with a friend. I know the commentary could be maybe everywhere, my style and whatnot. But hey, man, we in the age of the Aquarius. I am the Aquarius, the ambassador of the Aquarian age. You dig? Fifth dimension. You was pre-forewarned years ago. I don't know, the 60, 70 through the group that said this is the age of Aquarius and whatnot. If you take a look at the album cover, you will see that Aquarius has 2 places on the wheel, and so does the constellation Leo on that particular chart. One of the things is the 9th house on that album cover starts at 27 degrees Aquarius. What a coincidence. I am the 27th degree Aquarius, and I am a 9th house sun as well. I've been predicted. I am here. I know my role in the story. Do you know yours? Get at me. You can get at me, man. You can find me, myastrologycoach.com if you on that vibe. I'm really into real estate these days. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm about to go. TheProsperityInvestmentGroup.com. TheProsperityInvestmentGroup.com. Subscribe, hit the notification button. That way you get notified when we do these things. This was fun because you get to see my screen. So thank you, Zoom. This is definitely a plus. I appreciate y'all, man. If you need me, feel free. Get at me, man. My line is always open. All right. Peace. Now I have to figure out how to turn all this off, right? So bear with me, y'all, because I don't know how to sign off, but here we go. All right, I see y'all.